And I started to see some of the screenshots from when I first got licensed of like I had 7 reviews and like 1 sale. And I would have screenshots of other agents in my marketplace that I was like, I'll never get to that level. I'll never be them. Like, how the heck did they do that? Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday from all of us here on the Walkthrough Podcast, presented by BAM, your go-to marketing and branding podcast. My name is Dan O'Neill, team leader in New York and Florida, and joining me on today's show, welcome back, is Mr. Eric the Broke Agent Simon,
Buongiorno.
Miss Naples Natalie Perez, and for the first time in show history, Mr. Connor Murnane.
Yes.
You got it.
Welcome, Connor.
Nailed it.
Great guy here. Great guy. Today we're talking how to use nostalgia in your marketing, how to test your content, marketing of the week, what's working for us and what is not, and much, much more. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to welcome Eric back. And we have a lot of other announcements here today, Eric. I think.
No, just all of our birthdays. Happy birthday, Connor. Happy birthday, Natalie. Happy birthday, me. Happy birthday, Dan. List them in the comments. Yes. Dan, let's get into this first topic because this is one we haven't touched on the show yet. It is tapping into nostalgia. And for those of you who do not know, nostalgia is awakening memories of times past. It's been a long, great way to spark emotional reaction. And emotional reaction, of course, is the key to driving engagement and resonance on social media. Tapping into nostalgia. Wow. Now, Dan, I'm going to lead off with Naples Natalie because Natalie has posted some of the most nostalgic content in her local market. And then we will get into how we use nostalgia in our marketing, if we use it at all. So, Natalie, as an agent in Naples, Florida, have you been using nostalgia at all in your marketing?
Yes, I have. And it started kind of randomly, but I was like missing all of these things that used to be in Naples that are no longer here. And being from here, and now this is, where I sell in, I'm like, let's just throw a video together and talk about it and see if some of my friends will remember. And it ended up bringing me more traction, more following than I've experienced yet. So yeah, it works. It worked for me. I'm very colorful with my language in it. So I have to always preface with that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. And I think we have one of those videos, Haley, if you want to tee this up. So you posted this in May, and this is a nostalgic video about 90s kids.
She's fired up again. Okay, Naples 90s kids, where are you at? 2.0. This one hurt when it happened, and it still hurts every time I drive by. I mean, it takes some balls to cut down that roof, okay? Cooper's Hawk, I've heard it's great. Where are the kids supposed to drink now? I was drunk with my friends at 16, so rest in peace, Visions nightclub. And is it Visions or Vision? Whatever. This adulting, cheers, we're in a winery, how cute. Like, what the are we doing, Naples? I would get down and dirty here. Like, you get ready with your friends and you're like, ooh, tonight's gonna be a night. You knew you shouldn't be in there. You knew that if you got caught by your parents, you were gonna get smoked. Okay, but somehow we never got caught. Fifth Avenue, you've really taken a on everything good. That's all. Coastland Center has been dead to me for a while now, but when they took the Disney store out, I just remember when Waterside was like the best thing ever, and there was always a line at Silver Spoon, and I always had a stomachache when I ate the fettuccine, but it didn't matter because who the f*** is going to Lily Pulitzer? Honestly, how are they even still in business? It's hideous.
So Natalie, I don't know why you're embarrassed. That was a fantastic video. You covered Blockbuster. You had the Slim Shady theme in the background, so you were hitting all of the notes at once. I think that was a great video, don't you think, Dan?
I do. I think there goes all of our SEO engagement here because we said 19 F-bombs in the first 2 minutes of the show. But honestly, no, really good video because, Blockbuster, we all have a place that we went to go drink when we were 16 that we weren't supposed to. I had a place called Fun for All and an ice skating rink. It was like an indoor Dave and Buster's, and I should go make a video on that right now and probably go viral in my hometown. It's where I had my first kiss, Eric.
Ooh, at 16, a little late bloomer, huh? How about me? Hebrew school, 11 years old. Aaron Hammeroff, right, Aaron? Anyway.
And Ann is literally 2 feet away from Eric, his wife. Great video.
I was 11. Anyway, tapping into nostalgia is something that I've done a couple times in my content. I like to use old audios. I'll use Lollipop. You've seen that, Dan, with Russell Wilson walking out. Mm-hmm. I've used Milkshake. I've used, I don't know, a couple other old audios,
Sean
but I also
Paul.
like to bring in Sean Paul. I also like to bring in old videos from movies that we grew up with. So Superbad clips always do really well. Zoolander clips always do really well. So anytime you could tap into nostalgia, it's great for marketing. Connor, do you ever use this in the San Diego market? What are you doing for nostalgia?
Yeah, I mean, other than like the 90s hip hop, I don't know if this counts, but I've been trying to do more storytelling. And so recently I did a post where I was talking about back in 2009, I got kicked out of the lobby of the Tesla headquarters. And I had like multiple people from, LinkedIn, which I know is one of your favorite, to Instagram kind of messaging me saying, I remember XYZ working with you here and there. And so it kind of like tapped into maybe some of the connections that would never have a conversation, but just trying to tell a story from years ago.
Nice. Dan, what about you? Are you tapping into nostalgia at all? Are you doing any old Danny Deal's Long Island high school trickery?
No,
perhaps?
I'm not. But I think after reading this article, watching the show today, and being here, I think I need to start doing it. I think that actually brought up a really good idea for me, bringing up Fun for All, bringing up the first places that I drank beers illegally. There were many. I have a lot of good stories of my mom beating my ass because she caught me at the time.
That's nice.
So I think using nostalgia in marketing is incredibly important, whether it be music, whether it be local places, whether it be. I just had another idea: a Tamagotchi. Loved my Tamagotchi.
How would we work Tamagotchis into real estate content?
I'm just thinking maybe, you throw in a Tamagotchi on a JanSport backpack, maybe, right? You tie it at the bottom of it. My mother just sent me a bunch of pictures of my first grade school book, and you were in Italy, so you missed my story post, but it looks the exact same that I typed today. So I thought that was pretty cool. So maybe, tying some of that in. Nostalgia is great.
That's a good idea. That stuff kind of actually all even made me think of and reminded me of actually a pop quiz. Do any of you guys know what PF flyers are?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Shoes.
I have some.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So so that's like one of the vintage boxes. I'm like a huge fan of like Sandlot and like PF Flyer, kind of like those shoes. And so that even on Zooms and stuff, that kind of stuff will be like conversation starters for people that can help like break the ice.
Definitely. Benny the Jet Rodriguez had a pair
Legend.
of PF
Backyard
flyers. Absolute
baseball.
legend.
One time.
Exactly. How about this? Tamagotchi, you're sitting at an open house, buyers walk in and they see you hunched over, you're clicking around. They ask you the bedroom bath count and you're saying, sorry, but I'm trying to actually feed my Tamagotchi pet. How about that? Let's see Steven Diaz make that video, huh, Dan? Anyway, tap into nostalgia. How about this? How about you drive through an old neighborhood and say, oh, there used to be a Blockbuster here. There used to be a Jamba Juice here. I used to do, Whippets behind the high school here and, going to Baskin Robbins, something like that to just show people that you remember the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like talking about real estate without talking about real estate, right? It's like these landmarks, these neighborhoods, that shot that I had with Blockbuster and then this patio furniture store. Maybe you don't know what that is because you don't live in Naples, but everyone I grew up with who remembers exactly that spot. And now that value of that entire neighborhood has just exploded, right? So it's a conversation starter in the messenger, in the DM that you can have that engagement. Yeah, the language, still thinking I might start taking some of that out, but it's certainly like a way to also show like, this is my personality. I'm from here. Not everybody is like, old.
I would keep the language. Like, as someone that spends way too much time in Naples, like, you are establishing yourself like that. That's you. Who cares, right? Like,
I was gonna say that somewhat bold and edgy part, I'm sure, is a huge part of why it got a lot of attention. Like, I don't know if this again counts as like nostalgia, but I think even connecting, almost like triggering maybe some of the older generations. So like, here's a story in San Diego. There's this $4 billion project happening downtown, and so one video that's been working really well for realtors is just showing the like old Seaport Village area and like, hitting the nostalgia, but then triggering and being like, this is all about to be renovated, $4 billion, all modern, this and that. And there's a lot of like locals and debate and stuff. So kind of like, being on the edge, I think can help there.
Yeah.
Tap into nostalgia, everybody. Let us know in the comments how you are tapping into nostalgia. Are you using old audios? Are you driving in the car plus old, Jamba Juices or something, right, Dan? Something like that. All right. Yeah. Anyway, throw us a like and comment here if you have been nostalgic about anything. All right. This second topic, Nan, this is a Woj bomb here.
Really?
This is news from Instagram, hot off the press. All right. Instagram is experimenting with audience feedback for unpublished Reels clips. This is great for us, Dan, because now we're not going to have to screen record our reels and send them to each other to say, hey, is this funny? Is this funny? And then, with the captions and everything, like now we could actually just do it. This is coming soon. So Instagram is trying out some new options to enable creators to get feedback on their Reels clips before they post them to public, with the capacity to share draft Reels with friends and a means to test your Reels concept with a smaller audience. So first off, on trial Reels, some IG users are now being prompted to send a preview of their in-progress Reels to friends in the app to get their input on their latest creation. So I think this is a great feature.
Really?
Because you can get feedback for your content. And I just wanted to ask you guys here. I'll start with you, Connor. Do you ever test your content before you post it? Like, how do
yes,
you know?
Yes, and I'm just gonna say I almost like hard disagree that this is a good feature. Like I don't know. I feel like it's
me too. Fire it down his gullet. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like it's just kind of going down the slippery slope of like, oh, I'm gonna delete it, or oh, it's funny for some people or not for some. Like I did almost pull an Eric and like delete one of my worst performing posts like a month ago. I was like, this is like, just minimal to no engagement.
Yeah,
but I received a DM. It turned into an appointment, conversation, like new client situation. And so you just can't, I think, underestimate the outcomes we're trying to create versus like the views and some of the vanity metrics. But I like the idea of testing. So to answer the question, just in my stories, I'll just put up, if you have 2 videos that you're thinking of posting, just put them side by side and I'll be like, you vote, you pick on the next reel. And then selfishly, I just kind of wanted the data and the insights to see what are people preferring and picking. But it does, I think, bonus build some, anticipation or involvement of like, hey, I, picked the reel. Now I want to see it tomorrow or whatever it is.
That's a great idea, Connor. I did that in my broadcast channel recently when we were launching the BAM Mania preview. Get your tickets now, October 18th, early bird special, link in the description. And I showed 2 reels where I said, hey, should I post this trailer or this trailer? I said, heart the one that you think will be best. And one got significantly more. You posted that one and it crushed. So poll your audience.
And I'll just add bonus like kind of tip I try to use with that testing and data. So then whatever like reels you've been posting recently, whichever one performs the best, I just use that hook as the subject line as the email for my next email blast. So now I already know this had kind of a strong open click hook rate. So now I'm just going to use that as the subject line for the next email campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. There we go, Dan. This is why we had him on the show. This is why we had Connor Murnane on the show.
There we go.
Natalie, what about you? Do you ever test content before you post it or you just fire it off?
Yeah, I'm so happy this is the topic, and I can't believe Instagram's doing this because in the past 2 weeks, I've been testing little things on my stories that I think normally I would record, try to edit, maybe post as a reel, put it in my drafts. Like, I think as creators, sometimes it is daunting to post because we're like, ugh, right? Is this going to do well? Is this going to perform well? And I think so posting on my stories now, if I'm vlogging something or I kind of do like a raw video, I'm walking my dog, I have a thought, real estate, not real estate, whatever. And I'll post it on my story because truthfully, the followers, like the reach is a lot different. These people already follow me and they're already, whether they're preying on my downfall or not, they are looking at me, whether it's 500 people or 1,000 people, and they care. So like, even enough to watch it or add a poll and be like, do you think this is funny? For me, it's creating a ton of engagement in my messages. And then I'll save that story and keep it for a rainy day when I don't have something to post or look at it again. And I've turned into a reel and I don't really care how it performs because I've already gotten some engagement, or I'm like, oh shit, that didn't do well at all. Like, nope. You know what I mean? So that's really working for me.
That's a good tactic. Really if you post something on your story and it performs really well, turn that into a post. You can either delete that story or just save it for a rainy day, like Natalie. Yeah, Danny Deals.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a horrible idea, quite honestly. I think Connor's idea and Natalie's idea, to specify, were not horrible. I think those are great ideas. I think in more specific, this article and your Woj bomb, the reason why I think it's bad is because if you're posting it now to a specific set of people, number one, those people, like Natalie said, could be rooting on your downfall. So they might not think it's funny or they might not think it's good when it is a good piece of content. Number two, it's also probably going to ruin the engagement of it a little bit because maybe 25% of your audience is already now seeing it. So when it comes up on your feed, they're like, oh, I already saw that. And number three, I don't have a solution. I just send you every single video that I'm going to post and ask you if it's funny. And we have 2 to 3 different ways of Eric telling me if I should post it or not. The first way is Eric will say, it's good. which I know is like, don't post it. That's brutal. Eric will then say, it's good. It's better than, 85% of content, which means like, don't even think about posting that on your story or on your feed. And then the third one will just be, he'll like it, which means they'll post it. So usually all three are just straight gatekeepers. Don't post it, and that's my radar of like, all right, maybe I'll post it and it'll get no engagement, or this is the worst idea ever. So.
But in a way, that's where, like you said, you've got a good friend that is into content. You can trust him, so it's gonna.
you could say,
And I don't know if I studied the like feature enough, but I'm not even sure I understand how this would work exactly. Like, where will these people see this, and how will they like show that it's
I don't know
good?
if I don't think you'll be able to initially send it to like an initial audience. I think it's just sending it to friends as a draft first.
Eric, from the article, I think you
step.
could do close friends. So you could do like a close friends group that you posted that only could see it, or like a certain list,
and then let it out to others. Yeah.
Well, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the idea of just sending a draft easily through Instagram as opposed to hitting the screen record. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. Also, Dan, I loved your last post about Zillow reviews.
Yeah, guess what? I didn't send it to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like a funny video, but can you just tell us what that post was? Because I thought that was a really good video post.
Yeah, I'm running out of content over here. I'm just getting my teeth kicked in a good way. So I finally hit my 300th, or we finally hit our 300th Zillow review on Zillow, and we have 200 on Google My Business. So it was our 500th review, and I was just combing through my photos trying to delete some on a flight, and I started to see some of the screenshots from when I first got licensed of like I had 7 reviews and like 1 sale. And I would have screenshots of other agents in my marketplace that I was like, I'll never get to that level. I'll never be them. Like, how the heck did they do that? Now some of those people are my close friends. They're my peers. And so, yeah, we hit that mark, and I just wanted to share it because at the time it seemed like it would never happen. And I honestly never thought about it again. So,
well, I thought it was a great post. It was heartfelt. It's a great way to show your Zillow reviews with a numerical value to it. So instead of just saying, here are 5 Zillow reviews, it's, hey, I've hit 100, or I've hit 50, or I've hit 300. Mm-hmm. We're always talking about what's a unique way to share your reviews. I thought that was really good. And it was just simple screenshots, long caption that explained what was going on. So let's give Danny Deals a
big round of applause. Flex on him with those reviews. Give him a D.
Man. We'll give him a little clap in the comments. Danny Deals, 500 reviews.
You know what jogged my memory? If you want to laugh, somebody like spammed or like did like a scam review on Google My Business, and thank God Google My Business took it down. Somebody, I don't know, it was like an ex-girlfriend or something, but somebody posted a review that was just like not even pertaining to real estate, and that's how I saw the 300th review, and I was like, oh wow, let's go, 500, 5 stars, baby.
That's great. Yeah, everybody here, create a fake profile and destroy Dan with 1-star reviews in the comments. That is the call to action. Just real quick, I test content by posting to Facebook or Twitter first. Mm-hmm. So I think of kind of Instagram as the mecca of content. And before I actually post something there, I'll try a concept out on Facebook or Twitter, see what the engagement is like there before I publish to Instagram. Or I will just look at older posts, see how those have performed with similar captions, and take older concepts that were tweets and turn them into videos, or videos and turn those into tweets, into screenshots, and just really look back at older content. What concept worked back in May 2021 that I could kind of recycle and throw a similar caption on today? So do not be afraid to repost old stuff. If you want more tips like that, Dan, you know where you got to go. You got to get into BAMX at this point. It's ridiculous if you are not in. You got to use code WALKTHROUGH, WALKTHRU, for 10% off. Natalie has 6 memberships of BAMX. She is in there 6 times. We just came out with my profile optimization course. We have a new course and training every month. We give you 3 social posts every single week, 2 video scripts, 1 blog post, and 1 email every single week. You have our access to our exclusive mastermind, our community, and everything. So use code WALKTHROUGH for 10% off. Also, if you get in BAMX, you get 25% off BAM Mania, our in-person event on October 18th, where Danny Deals and I will be interviewing people, talking about content that converts. We'll host a live walkthrough at BAM Mania, right?
Yeah. I think you'll see all of our mugshots there. I'm planning on being there.
So. Connor's going. Natalie's going. She's got courtside tickets. She'll be on the wood, so it'll be fantastic. All right, let's get into the third topic. What's working, or Dan, we might switch it up a little. What's not working? Huh? Let's see if you could pull something out of your ass with this one. What's working or what's not working? Connor, I will start with you. What's working in your marketing or what's not?
I'm gonna start with on the content side. I call these like Q&A collabs, but I don't know if this is even easy like example to see. but this whole like, getting shoulder to shoulder with somebody and just bringing up a question, whether it's like, where's the best place to this or that, or what's the coolest thing in LA? Like, it's just trying to make this a more engaging hook with that kind of Q&A approach. But then if you're also collaborating with them, you're going to tap into new audiences, you're going to reach new people. It's just kind of like a win-win-win on that just one little reel. So
I like that. So you're doing these at real estate conferences or events or something?
Yeah, all the above. So whether it's like at conferences, I'd say just whoever is doing that, it works well with your client avatar. So if Dan could do that with all of his, he's got like 30 something agents. He could probably do one of those with each of his agents, or, someone with their past clients, if they're trying to focus on a certain, luxury part of, La Jolla. So I think it's just focusing on like the client avatar that you're trying to, get closer with, and just collaborating with them more often.
It's like little mini podcasts, quick hook.
For sure.
Cassidy, what are your 3 favorite sushi spots in San Diego? And then he lists them off right there.
Exactly.
Natalie, what's working for you or not working today?
Yeah, I've got to say, back to the stories, that my stories lately, I'm just like trying to post them there, whether it, whatever it is, real estate or not. And I think it's just creating that engagement and starting a relationship with the people that are in my social media network. Because when I see them in real life, which will happen, there's already a warm introduction there. And that just is so nice for what we do in selling real estate in this relationship business. There's not that awkward moment because we already kind of know each other from social. They at least know me and my personality. So I guess the girl next door kind of person that I am, it's really nice to kind of have their trust, or they know they don't want to be my friend because they don't like my stuff or whatever. That's really working. I think for me, what's also working, and I've said this before, is the podcast that I started with a colleague of mine. It is so niche, it's so local, and it's awesome to hear. I've heard recently that we had a babysitting company on, for example, and someone at the gym said, "Hey, I heard you on Everybody Loves Naples podcast. I want to hire you to watch my kids next weekend," or whatever. And that's continuously kind of just, I don't know, the snowball effect of content and how it's actually providing value to my community in any way is just freaking cool.
What's crazy is I'll bet that babysitting company now, they're like a forever super fan of you, because you put them on, you grew their business, and you put all the effort and resources into that. And so now it's like when they want to buy a home or refer or anything, like I can pretty much guarantee you're top of mind forever.
Yeah, thank you. And it's just cool to see. I'm like, oh wow, it's working. Like, hopefully I can sell a house from it. Even if I don't, it's that familiar face in Naples, and because I want to be known for that. Yeah.
When you invite someone on your podcast, you are opening up a business relationship with them. So a lot of people think about their podcast as, how do I get more views? How do I get subscribers? How do I get a brand deal out of this? How do I, explode my persona? But it's really, is that funny, Dan? Whatever.
No, you're 100% right.
Moving on.
The best way to meet somebody is to invite them on your podcast, because they want to talk about themselves. Yes. They want to talk about their business. They want to talk about their life, their story. So that's how I met Eric. And I called him Eric Stickle. It was me, him, and Lee Nettie. Right. I called him Eric Stickle. Good times.
Exactly. Yeah. And look at us now, huh?
Look at us now,
nostalgic.
Guys, using my luggage on the way to Tuscany.
Got to tell you, one of the best wedding gifts we got was Dan's luggage.
How about that?
Yeah, we used it to Italy. It was
pre-owned Dan's luggage.
This is very nice luggage. Perfect size, fits. It's good size. Good size luggage. It did get lost, so it was floating around the Atlantic Ocean for 48 hours. But that's not your fault, Dan. That was the airline's fault, and we got it all back. Thank God, because all my facial products were in that little bag. So I was screwed for like 2 days.
Looks like a lot of your clothing was lost too. I mean, is that a new BAM switch? It's 80 degrees in LA, buddy. It's summer solstice. It's literally the most sunlight of the entire year today. You look like you're
freezing. It's absolutely freezing in Los Angeles right now. Dan, what's working or not working for you? Tell us what's not working. Anything?
Yeah, I mean, if there was nothing not working, then you wouldn't be working, right? Something like that. There's a whole lot that's not working. I'll tell you the first thing that's not working. What's not working is not posting. I'm a little checked out right now on the Instagram side of things. I'm a little focused on selling homes, which is I don't know. I can't like get back the content. What's the word I'm looking for?
Rhythm.
Yeah,
flow.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I like that. I can't get really. I'm having a tough time getting back in the rhythm of content.
You want some help?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let's challenge them. I dare you then just to do those little Q&As with your agents. Like you're probably around them like all week, right?
I mean, they're downstairs right now. I mean, they've
do
called me.
you have you? And I've seen you like with one of those little like DJI mics, right?
I have the DJ right here.
You just like literally go down there and just like ask them a crazy question.
Yeah.
And it'll be like 60 seconds. You don't like
No,
it.
I know. I do like it. I do like it. I'm just like Byron's texting me right now. Like share this article with 19 exclamation points. Right? That's giving me anxiety. I don't even know what the article is, but I'm just gonna blindly do it. And for whatever reason, I just can't get in the rhythm of content over here. But that's what's not working. What is working is because I'm recognizing that. What I'm trying to do is build out the other personalities of not only my team but of like my staff. So I'm trying to get Sammy right, creating more articles for BAM, putting his face on camera, him doing like an Instagram takeover on my page. So that way people aren't just now watching for me, or they're not just trying to join the team or organization for me. They're like, oh, wow, I want to join because Sammy is a genius, or because they have Zillow Flex. They have the buyer and seller side. They have, Pam and Jess and Amanda and all these different people. So I'm kind of giving them my Instagram with content teed up or laid up for them. So that way they can build their personalities. So that way I can hell out of Dodge.
You want another idea, Dan? I got this from Connor Murnane on this podcast. I just saw a video he posted. I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple days ago about location changes, where if you just change locations, change settings, it helps spark creation. It helps spark inspiration. Go to Italy. No, not go to Italy, but just go to a different park, go to a different setting. Like get out of your office, get out of your apartment or your house, wherever you are. It really helps to just walk around, get the blood flowing and say like, oh, I'm in this different setting. And it's more attractive for people that are watching because people get so used to seeing us in our same settings that it's less interesting. When you see Tom Ferry after Summit and he's in like Ibiza, wherever he is, and he's doing a video, that to me is a little bit more interesting because it's like at least a different setting. And I know that he's saying something different. Was that the point of your video, Connor? Something like that?
Completely.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. See how I tie in everything? I tie in Dan's old post, Connor's post, Natalie's post. I mean, I am dialed.
Well, I mean, you did just come off of 7 days in Tuscany, huh? You just came off a 2-week vacation. We've all been sitting here licking envelopes over here. We're a little burnt out on this side,
What about you guys talk about lead? I know you've covered like lead magnets and stuff, and that's one that I think is work. I see that working across the board. Like I've been experimenting a little bit with it, but like, are you guys seeing, I don't know, pros and cons to lead magnets?
I mean, all I do, I am a lead magnet. I'm a walking lead magnet. Just start calling me Dr. Leadstein instead of Dr. Clickstein.
You've never got the lead in your life unless it's...
That's why he's a broke agent.
You just can't convert them. You can get all the leads. You just can't convert them.
Exactly. I am a walking lead magnet. Yeah, buyer guide, seller guide. I mean, for agents, yes, but we're doing ebooks all the time. We've been partnering with Chris Benjamin, who's doing full like city guides that are customizable templates. But anytime you could exchange value for contact information, those are incredible lead magnets. You know what else has lead magnets, Dan? You know what else is a great way to stay top of mind with your sphere, not just posting? Have you ever thought about looking to stand out from the crowd, perhaps? Because Reminder Media is a resource you have to check out. You get your own branded print and digital magazines, email newsletters, and social media content. Reminder Media delivers these resources to your contacts on autopilot, keeping you top of mind with your database. All you got to do is focus on your follow-up calls and watch referrals and repeat business come in. There's a link down in the description below. Weaving in ads and content and old posts. Call me Hagrid. Natalie, if you were going to be in a Harry Potter house, what house would it be?
Oh, God.
I've
only seen like one Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I know I'm going to get some hate for that.
I've never seen any of
What
them.
are the houses?
I was going to say, I can't even name the houses.
Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Slytherin. Dan, you would be a Hufflepuff. You're soft. You're, a little estranged, so you're out. Connor, you would probably be a Gryffindor, I would say.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
That's the one, right?
That's Harry Potter.
That's where you want to be. Oh, that's Harry's house.
I know
that's where Harry's at. Okay.
You're just a general, good guy,
nice.
I would say. Good guy, Connor. Natalie, you might be a Ravenclaw or a Slytherin. You have a little bit of an edge to you, a little alternative. I'm definitely a Slytherin, very powerful, very maniacal, evil,
very
twisted.
evil.
Yes.
Lack of fashion.
I'm flattered.
Yeah. So Ravenclaw, Natalie, Gryffindor, Connor, and Hufflepuff Dan. That's what they call them.
What about you?
Slytherin, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
okay,
just
Draco Malfoy. Ever heard of him?
He's just sitting outside of the house getting
Malfoy?
emails, setting out promo codes, masterminds. That's what he's doing.
I'm a lead magnet. I got a wand. I'm doing a mastermind in Reminder Media later today. A webinar.
Nice. Is that new merch?
My voice is going to be.
Is that new merch that you have on?
Yeah, new merch. Yeah, shopnowbam.com. Best thing we've seen this week, fellas and lady. Who should we start with, Dan?
Start with you.
All right.
Oh.
The best thing I have seen this week is from Katie Lucy with a super simple, hyper local reel that provides value for her clients. Dan, you and I will especially love this one. That's it. This is what it says for the people watching at home. It says Jupiter area golf courses with the tee times, public courses, and how much they cost. It's like a 5-second video, and it flashed like 5 or 6 public golf courses. I like that idea. You could do that with your top 5 favorite restaurants, favorite places to get a cocktail. You throw some music on top of it. It's good information. Is that going to get great engagement? No, but I think it had like 30 shares. I'm sure those are all golfing fans, right? So it's just providing a little information. It's a super simple post on Canva. Shout out Katie Lucy.
Yeah, Katie Lucy. I might borrow it for Naples. Thank you for the idea.
There you go. Exactly. All right, Natalie, what about you? What's the best thing you've seen this week?
Oh man, sent it in the link here, but it just made me laugh. It's should we show it first and then talk about it? I can't remember. Okay.
Now, if you follow me over here, this is an example of somebody who watches all of our videos, but they don't buy our properties. Let's keep going this way. Now, if you follow me over here, this is an example of somebody who watches all of our videos, but they don't buy our properties. Let's keep going this way.
Breaking down the fourth wall, as they say.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I mean, as content creators like ourselves, we tour properties, and it's just calling someone out of like, yeah, I know you're a fan of my social media, but do you have a buyer for my house? Do you want to buy this listing? Right. So it's just kind of a nice comedic reminder to maybe your audience that you sell real estate. We're not all just, content only.
Exactly.
We might
also,
again.
I was just going to say, anytime there's movement at the beginning of a video, walking into the frame, it's more engaging.
Yeah.
Like it's like a natural hook. Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this is going to be the shortest marketing of the week we've ever had. I think Eric's video was 4 seconds. I think that one was 11, maybe 7. Connor.
I was going to say, no, I like that theirs was like short and sweet and simple. So, I mean, I guess those are some of the positives and the trade-offs for sure.
Exactly.
Connor did send on the longer side of like 30 seconds.
Connor sent me one in that was 10 minutes long, but I said, no, thanks. Let's play Connor's. Or Connor, what's yours about here?
So I actually think this started from Sharon over at Real Brokerage, talks about this like series idea of like deal of the week, whether that's like an email campaign, videos or whatever. And then I believe Michael Perry out in Utah started doing this kind of video series, deal of the week. If we haven't have a few of those, maybe we can show them, but like I think we'll show maybe one of them.
Yeah.
And then with Jason, we can show in reverse order here too. So with Jason, like a little rip off and duplicate kind of version of that. But I'll explain more after you play it.
Detached home in San Diego in the 500s. This is San Diego's deal of the week. 6270 Meadowcrest in La Mesa just got listed for $540,000. Now, homes in this neighborhood typically sell above $1 million. It's going to take about $200,000 to get it right. It's a total fixer-upper, probably some structural issues. So you may have to actually bring cash to the table. But if you have the money to go $550,000 cash, put $200,000 into it, you'd be able to sell this thing for over $1 million and make a huge profit. If you want more information about Meadowcrest, comment the word Meadowcrest. And if you want more deals like this straight to your inbox, comment the word deal. Join my Deal of the Week newsletter.
Holy crap. 2 mini chats, Dan? Have you ever seen anything like that before? This guy insane.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it was Meadowcrest. I mean, that's kind of a longer, hard to spell. It's bold.
Yeah.
But I think part of it is like not just showcasing the property, but like doing the quick math on like, here's what you could buy it for and put in, and here's what you would make. And then that home ended up even going into escrow, like, less than a week after he posted that. So it was just kind of like a, good example of like, something simple in front of a home.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see how the multiple calls to action works. I've always been a fan of only one simple call to action. Even if we do a webinar or anything like that, it's like you could only direct people one way. if you have them comment too. But I guess it kind of makes sense. It's like, if you're interested in this property, DM me the word this. If you're not, comment the word this,
Right.
So
one
shout
thing I
out.
wanted to actually say on
Fascinating.
the whole like ManyChat and automation and systems and stuff like that, which I think is good and great, especially like, yeah, this may be a little bit different for like a media company versus like a local realtor too. But I think the main point of social media and being a walking lead magnet and all that is to like have a legitimate like sales conversation, like an actual conversation with a local about potentially selling their home or something. And so I think those are opportunities to like DM them personalized. Here's the thing about the Carlsbad community guide. By the way, how are those, 3 kids? Are they still in soccer?
Mm-hmm.
Like starting an open-ended conversation versus like, I see too many people, maybe it's working or whatever, but like they'll get like 4 comments and then they'll just use like Autobots to like reply to those people versus like just personally messaging to those people. So I think even if you're getting 50 or 80, engagements or comments, it's a chance to like have 50 or 80 conversations versus like spamming them with automation or something.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think it's also
Agreed.
Can you do that?
a great way to show a seller, like a potential seller. Like obviously, you can say this was a 30-second piece of marketing that we did, and from that we got 4 offers, or we got 5 new sellers. So it's a way to I think it's a great piece to recycle in your listing presentation.
Completely.
You want some other ManyChat tips real quick,
please.
Dan?
Yeah.
If you're doing a ManyChat, hit them 3 ways. Hit them verbally. Hit them verbally. So you say, comment the word BAM at the end of your video. Hit them with text on the video that says comment the word BAM, have that pop up, and hit them in the first line of the caption, comment the word BAM. 3 ManyChats. They can't miss it.
No, it's true though, because it's crazy. There's a real estate event here in San Diego, and I couldn't even find a way to register for them. They didn't say, there was no ManyChat call to action, there was no link, there was no comment this, no DM this, and so I couldn't even find a way to register. So I think multiple ways like that is helpful for sure.
Yeah, hit them with 3 ManyChats. Huh?
And then get someone else to manage your ManyChat. Like that's what I'm working on. We'll talk about that later. I can't. It's so hard. So confusing.
You get the hang of it, but the good thing is there's a course in BAMX for this. So use code WALKTHROUGH WALKTHRU for 10% off. That's an episode, everybody. Thank you. Oh wait, we forgot, of course, Danny Deals.
Oh, did we? I thought
Yeah.
He was clapping. He was slow clapping us out.
Do you want to show this one? Do you want to show this?
Sure. Yeah. I had 2 teed up anyway, so no big deal. Yeah.
Okay.
Tee up,
perfect. Haley,
we can tee this one up. This is just a welcome,
tee it up
video here.
Thanks for the welcome to the brokerage.
No way I was doing that. That's why we brought on the scratch golfer.
Just a quick, I love that it's the U.S. Open theme here. They're golfing, they're having fun. It shows that guy's an absolute stick of a golfer. It shows even though the girl hacked off half of the champagne bottle, she's having fun, professional. It looks like the team is fun. I want to join that team. It looks like that's a beautiful location. So all of the above: social proof, trend jacking, golf, champagne, booze.
It's crazy attention grabbing in the first 2 seconds.
I want champagne.
Anytime you have golf in a video, you want to watch the entire video because you have to see the person shot. Right? I mean, that's why every single golf video gets incredible engagement, because you're sitting there watching someone swing. So you have to see the end result of it. It's the best. Every video should honestly be a golf video. Connor, I'm about to go down to San Diego, golf with you and Cassidy.
Eric's been hiding, but I've challenged him to sort of a content collab while he's swinging the golf club. See if I can get him to back off.
Well, I could send you a couple videos, my friend. You know what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen here? After this, it is called the summer solstice. There's one day of the year where it's only sunlight. So we are playing golf at 4:50 this evening. At 8:20 this evening, 5 in the morning. We're playing 72 holes tomorrow. So it is going to be a triathlon of golf here.
Oh my gosh, wear sunscreen.
No, I want all the sun. I want all the UV index.
Bring the vlog back for that one.
Might.
Bring the vlog back. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's walkthrough. If you got any value out of this, all we ask is that you join BAMX. No, okay. All we ask is that you throw us a like, throw us a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this every Thursday. And by the way, get your tickets to BAM Mania. Link in description. October 18th, our in-person event. We are murdering the speaker lineup. No, we're not doing that. We love the speaker lineup. I meant the speaker lineup kills. How about that? Go ahead. Check out the speaker lineup down in the description. Thank you, everybody.